Before beginning calibration, make sure your iGuide's DVR receiver is plugged into your computer's USB port. Make sure there are no other wireless devices or receivers in the same area as the DVR to avoid interference with the camera. Open the capture software. For calibration, go ahead and minimize the capture welcome screen. Have the participant place the headset on their head and adjust the strap for maximum stability and comfort. You can choose to track either the right or left eye by moving the camera armature to either side and tightening the SMA screws on the top of the battery housing box. When you move the camera, make sure the LED is always on the outer side. There are 4 positions the headset can be worn on to get the optimal calibration. In the middle of the forehead, on the side of the forehead just above the outer corner of the eye, over the ear, or on the side of the forehead with the camera housing inverted. Try to adjust the camera and LED so that the camera has zeroed in on the pupil as close to the crosshairs in the image as possible. Once the pupil is initially locked in, meaning that the pupil is highlighted in green with a yellow target in the middle of it, have the participant look at all 4 corners of the screen. If the target can zero in on the pupil at each point, you are ready to begin calibration. Go to the File menu and click Start Test. The participant will be asked to follow the 9 black dots appearing on the screen. At this point, you should remind the participant to avoid moving their head and focus on the screen itself. When calibration has completed, a calibration completion box will appear explaining the results of the test. Each bullseye represents the circle the participant was asked to look at during calibration. The first cross is the ideal target, and the second cross is where capture will record the data. If the second cross remains in the green circle, you are within 10 pixels of accuracy for your data. The yellow zone gives you at least 20, the orange 30, and red 40. You can tell by our test the calibration was quite successful, as all targets appear in the green bullseye. However, if we wanted to calibrate again to achieve a greater level of accuracy, you would have to select Cancel Test and return to the calibration screen. If you choose to recalibrate, check the camera and LED positioning again, make sure that the headset is secure, and check that there is no interference between the DVR and camera. Remind the participant not to move his or her head. When you are comfortable with the new positioning, go back to File and Start Test. The participant will go through the same calibration process as before. Once you are satisfied with the calibration results, click on Begin Test. Capture will minimize and your project will proceed as you set it up in Capture.